Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I'd talk a little bit about my favourite makeup products when I'm feeling under the weather, but I've still got to look reasonably put together for work or whatever reason. And I was thinking about this because I had a stinker of a cold last week, really for a good 7 to 9 days, very bad head cold. I'm happily pretty much over it, although I've still got a bit of a cough and slightly croaky voice. But whilst it lasted, it was a stinker, and I was having to work quite a bit and travel for work, so I still had to look reasonably put together when, frankly, I looked like an animated corpse when I got up in the morning. So I was turning to some tried and trusted tricks to look vaguely respectable throughout that period, and I thought I'd share those with you and see if you had any tips. My first tip is really that I like to try and keep as hydrated as possible skin-wise when I've got a cold. I find that my skin becomes even drier because of the temperature and blowing my nose a lot. I get a lot of flaking around the nose and often chapped lips and just generally feeling dry and tight. So I have been making sure that I've been using plenty of my Bionic anti-aging cream, which is a nice gentle moisturiser, not using my AHAs, which I do normally use several times a week, but they're too harsh when your skin is feeling very tender. Because it's been hot and sunny, I have also been continuing to wear a sunscreen, which I think can be mildly irritating when your skin is feeling a little fragile and delicate. So you've kind of got to balance that against the fact that you want to give yourself good protection when you're out and about. And I do find that I have been enjoying the Chanel CC cream in SPF 30 when I've been going out instead of a foundation, because it does give me a bit of protection. It feels very comforting, and I've talked about this product before. Bear in mind this is not last year's one with SPF 50, which I didn't like at all because it kind of clogged the pores and didn't look nice. This one from I think 2 years ago, you can still get it on some websites, is a much nicer, dewier, glowier product to wear in hot weather generally, and I was enjoying that when I had my cold. When I really needed to kind of buff out the discoloration, then my tried and true and tested Terry, this is Cover Expert, the stronger of the two coverages. You can see the tubes kind of almost melted away. This one's nearly empty. This is my all-time favourite foundation. I still rate it probably marginally more than any other, although there are a lot of good foundations out there. And why I like it is that it's pretty full coverage, but it's not mask-like. It's slightly glowy. It's nice for older skin, and it feels nice on the skin. So it's pretty comforting to wear for a full coverage foundation. So I have been turning to that just to even out the skin tone. And the other thing I've really needed, again, this is a product I've talked a lot about. It's appeared in my recent favourites quite a lot. It's the Becca Under Eye Concealer, which I really, really like. You can see I'm getting through it apace. It's this peachy colour that works very, very well on my pretty dark circles. And because it's very moist, I find that it doesn't go into wrinkles, and it just again looks more youthful. I will say, although I haven't been using this, I've been using up a old Touche Éclat. I do think the Maybelline Dream Lumi Touch is a great brightener as well, and it works under eyes, not quite as well as this, particularly if you're feeling a bit fragile. But I like this product kind of in the do they call them nasolabial lines? The lines that go from the edge of your nostrils down to the sides of your mouth. A trick that I was taught was to stick some good brightener in there, and it kind of blends them out and lifts your face a little bit. And you can also go down the centre of the bridge of your nose, and that just kind of lightens up the skin a bit. And then I haven't been wanting to do a lot to my skin, so I've been using the Lait Beige, which I've shown several times, gone in the favourites, I think, for the last couple of months, just giving a bit of colour, particularly if I'm wearing the full coverage, around the cheekbones and hairline. And then, again, one of my all-time favourites, just such a nice product to use, well, any time, but when you're feeling under the weather and just want a pretty pink dewy glow instead of a feverish burning spot, or alternatively looking like a corpse, then this is the one. Pink Sand, beautiful cream blush, so easy to use and to use sparingly, to create a good look when you're feeling under the weather. And then just kind of topping that off with my Hourglass Luminous Light Ambient Powder. Not too glowy, but just giving a little bit of glow and shine and luminosity. So you're not looking kind of sweaty and ill, but radiant, and yeah, just cheers up the complexion a little bit. A couple of people have mentioned this brush on my Instagram that I've shown with a couple of products. I think I showed it earlier today or yesterday with my Charlotte Tilbury Instant Look in a palette, because it's very nice and pointed to get into those relatively small pans of blush and highlighter in particular. I use this one for. It's the Hakuhodo Sephora Pro version. I don't think they're probably as nice as the real, I'm saying that in kind of inverted commas, Hakuhodo. This was a Sephora limited edition set, which on the whole I have to say I haven't absolutely loved. But I do like this one because it's just, I mean, it's silky soft, but it's also this, really nice dome, and it has been, I will say, lovely for stroking on some highlighter when I've been feeling fragile over the last week and a half. And then for the eyes, I haven't really wanted to do very much because, my eyes are a bit watery. I've put mascara here, although I have to say on several days I didn't wear it. I'm a contact lens wearer, and when I've got a cold, the last thing I need is more irritant around the eyes. I do have quite dark lashes anyway, so I don't look completely albino if I don't wear any mascara, so I can give it a miss. But I do like to just put a tiny bit of definition, and I've been using Érable by Chanel, a fairly neutral bronzy brown, just to give me a bit of definition, particularly on the upper waterline. And then my magic eyeshadow, and that's my all-time favourite Tom Ford cream eyeshadow from a few years ago, Pink Haze. You can see, I think this came out in 2012. I think I got mine in 2013, but that's quite a few years ago. And it's still absolutely fine. And you can see, although I've used quite a lot, used more than any other, I've still got a lot to use. I have to say, I kind of hoard this, more than Gollum with his precious, because I just love this so much. It's creamy, it's beautiful to work with, it's that perfect peachy luminous tone that looks fantastic with blue eyes and palish skin, just evens out your eyelid, immediately makes you look well with nothing else. I mean, that's what I've been wearing on its own. I also wear it as a base sometimes with particularly Tom Ford eyeshadows, when it kind of slightly shines through and gives just a beautiful look. Now, I know they have, I think, brought out this cream in some of the duos since. I haven't bought any of those, so I don't know if it's the same exactly as this original one, because I do know that the recent Tom Ford cream releases, apart from being in much smaller pots, even more disappointingly, are a much thinner consistency. They're still nice, but they're nothing like as nice as this. So always look out for these on eBay. And yeah, the time is coming when I'm going to have to start looking for a backup for my precious. But at the moment, it's safe, and it's had an outing this week. I haven't really been wearing, or wasn't wearing when I had a cold, much lip product. I did experiment with the red lip a few days just to try and brighten up the face, but again, it felt a bit garish. And really, with chapped lips, all as I want is a nice gloss. And I've been using up my Terry Baume de Rose, another cult product. I've had this simply ages. It's expensive, but it does last ages. You can see I'm getting towards the bottom. And what I like about this is I am not that keen on the rose flavour because I'm not a huge rose fan, but, you know, it's fine. But it is a non-irritating, very soothing, not too sticky lip balm. You can use it on your cuticles or elsewhere. It's multi-purpose. But as a lip balm, it also looks quite nice because it just, if your lips are reasonably pale, you can't really see that. It doesn't just give a sheen. It gives a kind of milky sheen on me. So it makes my lips look a little bit dressed when I don't want to wear makeup. So that's been the favourite with the cold. Although I will say Tom Ford's, what is this? Rose Soleil from last year's summer collection, one of my more worn Tom Fords, is also nice and gentle and non-irritating and not too vibrant when you're faking it and don't feel vibrant at all. So those are the products that I was relying on last week with my cold. Oh, I should mention one other thing. I've put my famous lighting up mirror at the back as well. This is one of these, there you go, lights up, that's all you need to see. Poor magnifying mirrors. Now you may think if you're feeling ill, you don't want to feel even iller by seeing how bad your skin actually looks close up. But I do think it's quite important when you're slapping on the makeup slightly bleary-eyed, because there's nothing more unattractive than when you see there's, you know, still a bit of scars around your eyes because they've been weeping overnight that you haven't quite picked up in the ordinary mirror now that you're a bit short-sighted. Or, you know, you've got flakes around your nose that the makeup is sticking to. You know, you want to do a bit of exfoliation there. Those sorts of things. Forgive me for sharing, but I do think it's important. At least, you know, even if you don't feel 100%, you know that you can look reasonably groomed and with it and fake it with some good makeup and a few extra moments in the morning, making sure it's all in order when you don't feel that naturally radiant. So those are my tips for making up with a cold. I'd be pleased to read any of yours. There's always some great feedback for these videos these days that I really enjoy, and thank you to those of you who take the time and effort to leave nice comments, or indeed any comments at all. It's always great to share. So until next time, I'm hoping you're all keeping well, and bye for now.